Air quality in certain parts of the US is the worst in the entire world, and I received hundreds of tips from people impacted. Here's what they're reporting from on the ground. Let's get into it. From Michigan to New York, Americans are waking up to orange-tinted skies, the smell of burning plastic, and air so thick it feels like standing next to a burning building. And just for a little bit of context, the EPA's air quality index runs from 0 to 500, and anything under 50 is considered pretty good, but once you hit around that 150 mark, it is officially unhealthy for the general public. At the 300 mark, the scale enters hazardous, which is an emergency level where everybody, regardless of their health status, is at risk. And a lot of users I spoke to reported an air quality index of over 400. So what's causing all this? Well, smoke from Canadian wildfires have sent smoke over to parts of the US, which has pushed air quality indices into uncharted territory. Some places across the Midwest and the East Coast have completely broken through the index. At Michigan State University, a student described an AQI of 455, a number so extreme it registers as beyond index on official charts, meaning the standard hazard warnings don't even cover it. I had to stay in the dorm instead of going to class today because the air quality is so bad. I had an asthma attack even with a K95 mask on. My rescue inhaler barely helped, they reported. A nurse in Western Massachusetts shared a similar story as well. I work as a nurse and had to have someone walk with me to my car leaving yesterday because I'm asthmatic and have a reactive airway. I was worried I would have an attack. At levels above 200, which much of the area is seeing, the EPA warns that even healthy adults will begin to experience respiratory effects. In addition to the health impacts, the smell is just horrible, y'all. The look outside, horrible, okay? I see y'all's photos. Yes, bad. In Michigan's Upper Peninsula, one resident told me I have a thin layer of ash on my car and you can't even see less than 300 feet off the lake shore. It's just a haze, they said. Another resident noted tiny bits of ash falling with an AQI that peaked at some of the highest levels recorded. New Yorkers aren't doing that much better either, y'all. Even inside the house, it smells smoky and the air is so thick, one resident reported. Another described stepping outside and immediately being hit by the strong smell of burning wood. I wore a mask, but the second you take it off, you can smell it, they said. The smoke is colliding with extreme heat, which is turning parts of the Midwest into a danger zone. I'm in Northeast Ohio, and it's rough here. We are still in a heat wave, plus the smoke, one resident commented. And then they went on to say that local news outlets said that being outside the entire day today is as if you're smoking an entire pack of cigarettes. At an AQI of 278, which is just shy of the very unhealthy rating, that cigarette analogy is not a hyperbole. It's the reality for anybody forced to be outdoors in these conditions. An Ohio postal worker confirmed the crisis is hitting outdoor workers hardest. I work at USPS and I feel so bad for the carriers. It's extremely hazy in Northwest Ohio and AQI is high right now. At these levels, even a healthy 25-year-old adult would develop sore throats and headaches within minutes. And it is an environment where the government should advise all outdoor workers to be relocated, yet mail carriers are still out on their routes. For some, visibility has collapsed. In Wisconsin, one person noted the sky was completely covered, the sun barely peeked through. I could smell the smoke from in my car. From Minnesota, reports are even more dire. There were ashes falling like snow up north, and they are trying to evacuate the boundary waters. It's estimated that 6,000 to 10,000 campers are on that land, and there are no roads or gas-powered vehicles allowed, they said. And it's just getting worse. Now, as the smoke continues to blanket communities from the Great Lakes to the East Coast, residents are just left to deal with it as best they can. Summer camps are moving indoors, thankfully. Dog walks have been slashed from 40 minutes to 10 minutes. Air purifiers are running 24/7, struggling to keep indoor air below the hazardous levels outside. I'm terrified of the effects of global warming and the lack of care from our government, one Michigan resident expressed. In Buffalo, where danger levels keep rising, one resident simply said they keep upping the danger levels. Right now, it's at the second highest warning, with AQI readings still hovering in the 400s and 500s across much of the affected region, levels that were once considered impossible outside of a disaster. The message from those on the ground dealing with this is to stay inside, seal your windows, and listen to local authorities. This is Monique with the Black Belt Daily signing out.